My name is Shakti Naik. I have 8 years of experience in data engineering. Currently, I'm working with Walmart.
This is Shweta. I'm from Gorakhpur. I'm having 2.5 year of experience in data engineering.
You are using S3 to get some files as an input. So what type of file format are you getting?
Most of the time CSV getting.
Okay, so in your projects, you are using data frames to do all those transformation?
Basically, like for the scheduling purpose.
My name is Shakti Naik. I have 8 years of experience in data engineering. Currently, I'm working with Walmart. This will be the first round of the mock interview series. Can you please give a brief introduction about yourself?
Sure. So, hi Shakti. This is Shweta. I'm from Gorakhpur. I'm having 2.5 year of experience in data engineering. And coming to my technical skills, which I'm working on this current project, it is like Apache Spark, Spark Streaming, Kafka. And along with that, we are using the Airflow as well for scheduling the whole workflow. And apart from this, actually, I'm handling two projects in parallel. One is totally based on the open source technology, and another is based on the Python and Snowflake. So, in the second project is basically we are using the Python, Snowflake, and the other AWS services. So, if you want to me to give you a high level overview of the how the project is working, then I can give you. So, can I?
Yeah. Please explain what your architecture and how which part you are contributing.
See, let me start with the open source project as first. So in this project, basically what we are doing, like we are extracting the basically we have a two kind of files source. Like when we are mounting the file at our DDC filer, another is with the help of the S3 we are getting the file. Okay, so what we are doing, just we are extracting the data and with the help of the Spark job and doing the some enrichment, and whatever the business gives us the logic, based on that we are doing some enrichment, and then we are loading those records to our Postgres. We are submitting the job and then we are loading it to our Postgres SQL, and there at the Postgres SQL, from there our another team, MicroStrategy teams comes into the picture, and they are just building the reports and all as per the need. They are doing that, and the whole workflow, whatever the workflow we are having, that we are scheduling with the help of the Airflow. This is the first project overview, high level overview. And the second project, actually, on that we have basically you can say we have a three kind of scenario. One is like first you can get the file at our DDC filer, and then from the DDC filer we are actually, DDC filer is nothing but it's our mounting area. So from there, we have to, copy that, transfer that, whatever the files we are getting, we have to transfer to our S3. And then from S3, we are just copying the, whatever the files we have to our Snowflake. So there, from there, we can have a, like a business team and all we have there. We are building the reports as per the whatever the needs. We are building the reports and all. And the second scenario we may have like recently, which I did. In that, what we are doing, just we are extracting the data from our Snowflake table. Actually, the main goal was that the business wants us to give him the information regarding the sales information regarding the product related, that they basically want to know how many customer have purchased their product and how sales and all, so that they can use that information to their Google review form and show to the end client that just a kind of advertisement kind of. So how we did that, we have extracted the sales information data from our Snowflake, and then we are with the help of the Python script, we are holding the we have prepared the CS file and then load it to the S3, and then from S3 we have transfer it to our DDC filer, and from DDC filer we have the UC4. Actually, UC4 kind of right now it's outdated one, but we are currently doing the POCs, and we are moving. We are planning to move towards the AWS SFTP. So probably within a month we will move there. This is the second scenario, and third can be like recently, which we did, that it was from the Pet Connect team. It was like that we need to tell them the item availability, basically like to tell them that item is available or out of stock or in stock, something like this status we need to do. So how we did that? We have given, the business team have given the logics regarding that. We have extracted, we have implemented those logic, and then we are loading all those as per the delta and full load across all the thing. We have loaded to the our PostgreSQL, and then from PostgreSQL we are having the API team. So API team is connecting those data, and then they are transferring to our the end user to their UI, so that they can show to their store that this items is available on. So this is the high level overflow of like what exactly we are doing.
Okay, great. So you explained me the entire ETL process which you are currently having. In this ETL process, you also explained that the business team, they are generating some type of advertisement or reports. So in this entire process, which parts you are involved, which parts you are contributing?
The whatever the flow we are doing now from Snowflake to their server, like as I told you, the server, they are using that information to the in their advertisement. So from Snowflake to their server, the whole pipeline we are only designing, and we are just aggregating the information and sharing to them. This is the we are only handling this all the load till load.
Okay, got it. So you told that you are using S3 to get some files as an input. So what type of file format are you getting?
Basically, we are getting as a CSV, or sometimes we are getting TXT, or sometimes we are getting the JSON. Most of the time CSV we are getting.
Okay, so these files are generated by some external vendor or internal team of
external from business only. We are getting those file.
Okay. So you are providing the data in PostgreSQL. You are writing in the tables, or are you also generating different files out of the ETL?
It totally depends upon the scenario. Sometimes we have to load the data to our PostgreSQL, and sometimes we have to extract the file. We have to share the file as well with the business. So it totally depends upon the use cases.
Okay, got it. Okay, so you told that you are using Spark, you are using Airflow. Any other technology you are using?
No, this.
Okay. So to read the CSV file, what type connection you are using? Are you using Spark native connectors, or what type of connectors you are using?
For reading the CSV, we are just using the Spark only, like just we are creating the data frame. At that time, we are just using the format.csv, like this kind of.
Okay.
This is through this only we are extracting the CSV file.
Okay, so in your projects, you are using data frames to do all those transformation?
Yes.
Or are you using RDD data sets or any other thing?
Yeah. Depend upon the total scenario. Sometimes we are using the RDD, sometimes we are the data frame. Data set.
Okay. So can you give me an example where you need to use RDD and where you need to use data frame, and what will be the advantage of using either of them?
See, basically, there is a no as such. We need to tell that at this point we need to use RDD, or at this point we need to use the data frame. Basically, the need is like see, whenever we are using the RDD, then we are telling it's a low level kind of. What I mean to say low level, that we are telling to the system that this you have to do, like this how we are like the basically we are telling the system each and everything, that this thing information you have to do, how you can say how you have to do. And whenever we are using the data frame or data set, at that time we are saying that this thing you have to do whatever. The system will optimize it, and then he will system will collect the execution plan, whatever the according to the use case. So this is the basically the RDT and data frame. And if we say that what we have to prefer, then I would say that we have to prefer the data frame or data set, because we have the catalyst optimizer. Whenever we are using the data frame or data set, at that time there is a catalyst optimizer, so that will optimize our code. So
Okay.
I think this we have to prefer data frame over RDT and all.
Okay, got it. So there are other processing framework as well apart from Spark. So can you give me some advantage of Spark over other processing framework? Like what are the advantage of Spark?
Okay. So Spark, basically Spark is in memory, general purpose in memory compute engine. What I mean to say, general purpose, like for the like if I compare with the Hadoop. So in the Hadoop, we have to like for any if you have to use the ML thing, then you need to ML or something any streaming to not possible, but any thing you have to do, then in that case you have to import, you have to install it, then you can use it. But when you are using the Spark, then in this case you just have to import it. It's a plug and play kind of, you can directly use it. And the second word I have used, general purpose in memory. What I mean to say in memory, like if I come again, if I compare to Hadoop only, then in Hadoop we are saying that whatever the processing we are doing, that whatever the computation we are doing, that is on the basis of disk, that is costly too, and also it is a time taking. But if we compare to our Spark, then in Spark it is general, it's the whatever the computation we are doing, that is in memory only. Just for the reading and for the writing we are touching the disk. So that's why, and that is the reason why we are saying that Spark is 10 to 100 times faster than a Hadoop, you can say. General purpose computation, it's as the name state, that we are giving some inputs, and it's a computer doing some processing and giving us the output. So this is the main reason we can compare the Spark with other processing system.
Okay. So Spark uses in-memory computation. Apart from that, what other things make Spark faster?
Spark, we can say faster. We can say the fault tolerance as well. Like in a Spark, we can say we have the DAG as well. Fault tolerance capability is higher than any other processing system. And yeah,
Okay.
I think that's and we have
Okay.
we may have many other features as well. But this is
Okay.
as of this thing is.
Do you know there is a concept in Spark called lazy evaluation?
Yep. So as a name, lazy evaluation, it states that it's lazy. And the question is why it is lazy. See, suppose we are doing some transformation, okay. In RDD1, we are storing 100 GB of data, okay. In RDD2, we are doing some transformation. We are just some transformation we are doing. In RDD3, again we are doing some transformation. In RDD4, we are doing some filtration, okay. And we see that when we are doing that filtration, the 100 GB of data get reduced to some KBs of file. So if it is not the transformation is not the lazy evaluation, then it will unnecessarily, we will consume our memory of 100 GB of our memory, and then it will time taken as well. So Spark, what a Spark is doing, it's doing like whenever it feels like that this filter is if we will use this filter as a predicate pushed on or something like that, and we can reduce the amount of data for the processing, then it is doing that thing, considering that filter, using that filter. So that's why this is called the lazy evaluation, and that's why we are saying it's a lazy, just to process the query and everything faster. That's why it is a lazy evaluation, we are saying.
Yeah, so Spark basically creates a DAG. So it checks which transformation can be done earlier to reduce the data and execute the entire process faster. So that's why lazy evaluation helps Spark to perform it more faster.
Correct.
Okay. So what type of functions are you using? You told that you are using data frame. So data frame gives us a lot of different functions. So what type of functions have you used?
Function in the sense, what can you please little elaborate? What exactly you mean to say?
Function, like there are two type of function. One is narrow function, one is wide function.
Okay, you mean transformation, you mean to say?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Different type. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, most of the time, like we are using the filter, or we are if we are dealing with the data frame, then in that case we are using the some window transformation we are using, and if we are using the RDD, then in that case we are using the filter, or we are using the map, or sometime we are using the reduce by key, we are using the group by key, like this kind of filter we are using basically.
Okay.
It's totally depend upon the use case, like at what time what we need to apply.
So there is two function. One is map, one is flat map.
Yes.
So which will come under which category? Map will come under which, and flat map will come under which?
Both are narrow transformation only, like, because why I'm saying narrow transformation, because it's not narrow transformation is basically like we are not touching, there is a no shuffling of data happens. So if we see the map transformation only, when input, when if we are, like, you can say, if you are giving the n number of input, then it will gives you the n number of outputs. So this is the map transformation. So we are not doing any shuffling and all. And flat map, basically what we are doing, like, first it will flatten whatever the data you are going to give, but first it will flatten it, and then it will give the map, it will map it. So this is also I feel like that both are the narrow transformation only.
Okay. Okay. If you are having a code which is taking, suppose, x amount of time, and you want to optimize it, so what steps do you take? Means how you decide if I am using this function, if I am using broadcast, it will reduce. What is the steps you take to make it more faster?
Okay, so firstly, we have to check through our DAG UI, that to know the stages scenario. Like if we feel like sometime we are using the group by key. Okay, so group by key is what exactly it is doing. It is there is a no local aggregation. Okay, so in that case, it is aggregating at every node, and then it's giving you the result. So there is a no local aggregation, and because of this, sometime it is aggregating at particular node itself. So sometime it is like we are get the out of memory error as well, because of this group by key. So first thing, we can check this the performance related thing. First we have to check the UI, and secondly, like, if we see that whenever we are doing, for example, if we are doing the join with the two table, and we see that the first file is having the approx lesser amount of data, and another is having the historical data, if you can, if in one word I can say, then in that case we have to apply the broadcast join. Reason, because, like, if we will do the simple join, it will unnecessarily shuffle the data across all the nodes. So what is the best way to do this? Just to broadcast whatever the small file you have, broadcast it over all the worker node, and then we can utilize it easily, and do the joining and all. So this thing also you can use for the performance thing. Third thing we can do, data skewness. What I mean to say data skewness, like, sometimes we have a scenario. For example, you are doing the group by. Okay, we are in the sense group by, in the sense we are doing the partition. Okay, and in the partition you have only two values. For example, like, you are doing we have the information related to logs. Okay, then in the logs we can see that we have the we have noticed that for the error we have lots of value for the for most of the records related to error only, and lesser of records we have the on warning. So what we can see that when we will do the partition, then it will whatever the error records we have, it will aggregate at one place only. At one place only, it will accumulate it. So this issue caused the data skewness. So what we are suggesting, just do the sorting. What I mean to say sorting, just like error we have, just add a key, something kind of sorting key 1 to 10 you can say, just add it, and then we can do a partition. Then we can do a partition. It will it will helps to get rid from the data skewness. That is, you can say uneven distribution of data skewness in simple terms we can say. Fourth, we can say for the optimization purpose we can use the cache and persist. What I mean to say cache and persist, like cache is basically whenever we have to like store the immediate result, it will help for the performance basis you can say. Then in that we have to regularly do the cache and persist. Yeah, that's all as of now I can think for the optimization part of the Spark job.
Okay, so there are two functions. One is coalesce and one is repartition. We generally use it for optimizing means the number of partition after a specific transformation. So can you state the difference in these two and when we can use which one?
Yeah, sure. Repartition and coalesce, basically we need, whenever we have to increase any partition, okay, in that case we have to use the repartition, and whenever we have a scenario like to decrease the partition, in that case we need to use the coalesce. If I take an example of to give you the which is for the decreasing, just imagine we have a 4 worker node, okay, and 4 partition we have. In one partition we have 1 2 3 4. In second partition we have 4 5 6 something 4 you can take till partition 1, partition 2, partition 3, partition 4. Okay, now we have a use case, we have to decrease the partition. When you will use the repartition to decrease it, what will happen, repartition will basically create a new partition out of it, and then it will try to distribute the data, it will try to evenly distribute the data among each the partition. And when you will use the coalesce, what exactly it will happen, it will utilize the same P001 and P002. Instead, when you will use the repartition, it will create a different partition, P11, something like you can assume. So it will, in coalesce, if you will use, it will use the same partition, and then it will try to, whatever partition 3 and partition 4 data, it will try to distribute among. So this is the exactly difference between coalesce and repartition.
Okay, got it. So you are writing the data in your projects in some S3 bucket, and based on different needs, you are writing in Postgres or some file. So while writing the data, what type of file formats are you writing in?
Most of the time it's a CSV only. Like mostly we are using the CSV.
Okay. So apart from CSV, any other file format you are aware of? Which Spark?
Yeah, I know about the Parquet, ORC. We have these kind of file format.
Okay.
So in the Park,
yeah.
Please go ahead.
Please go ahead.
In the Parquet, we are saying it's a columnar based file format. Okay. So in this, basically the it is saying it's a Apache Spark friendly. You can say Parquet is a friendly to Apache Spark. Why I'm saying friendly? Because it is having the columnar format, and the schema evaluation is also good, and it supports the predicate push down, and it also like the techniques which we are using for compression and all, it is supportable. So basically whenever as per I know that whenever we have a high, we have to scan large amount of data, in that case we need to use the Parquet file format. And I have used the term predicate push down. So what I mean to say predicate push down, basically whenever you are using the Parquet file format, since it is supportable to predicate push down. So whenever you are applying any filter, so what it's smart enough, it will directly filter out your data at the storage level itself. It will not allow you the irrelevant data, or you can say junk data, irrelevant data to our other for the processing. It will filter out before processing itself. The other, I have used the ORC. ORC is again, it's a columnar file format. So it is also the whenever we have a scenario, like it's basically whenever you have write something, we have to write something faster rate, then in that case we have to use the ORC. This is, I'm not sure on this, but I think this may be. And other thing is, it is also supportable for the predicate pushdown and schema evaluation till some extent. Like sometime, like for the adding, what I mean to say, schema evaluation, that adding or deleting something. So this is the for the ORC.
Okay, got it. Okay, I am good with your Spark, and so you have also used Airflow for scheduling.
Yes.
Can you tell what type of operators are you using in Airflow?
Yeah, basically, like for the scheduling purpose, we are first, like if I take the example of the Spark Summit, like for the particular workflow, if I take the example. So in that, first we have to use the Spark Summit operator to create the to create the task. Just we need to give the ID, and we need to give the application path, and then its class name, and then Spark connection information. These things we have to give in the Spark Summit operator. Another thing, like for the failure thing, we are using the email operator as well. What I mean to say, email operator, like whenever your Spark job got failed, in that case we need to trigger the email. So we have a Airflow provide us a operator, email operator. In that we have the what exactly you need to define in that task, in that operator. You need to give the ID. You need to give the two email, like after when the failure will occur, then at which email ID company or something, which firm email ID we have to give. Then we have a HTML, we have a content as well, like what subject or something, body of your email. This is the information we have to store in the our email operator. This is the email operator, Spark Summit operator I have told you, and we have a bash operator as well. Bash operator, basically we are saying, like sometime we need a command. At command level, we want the output, something some you can totally depend upon the scenario. So in that case, we need to use the whenever we need information at the command level, then in that case we need to use the bash operator. Yeah, as of now I can remember these much.
Okay. So you are submitting your Spark application in which type of cluster? Is it on-prem or is it on cloud?
It's on-prem only.
Okay, so it is managed by the Hadoop admin team?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, I am good with your explanation on Spark and Airflow. I will be giving you a couple of questions to test your SQL knowledge. I will be sharing the questions over the mail. Let me know if you received the question.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah, it's visible. Okay.
You can start with like exactly what the question is.
Yeah, so basically you are having an employee table which is having 4 columns: employee ID, employee name, manager ID, city. You need to write a query to generate an output which will give you 2 columns. One is employee name and another is the manager name. So you can ignore for any employee who does not have a manager.
Just a second. Okay, you are saying the question is, ignore the employee who do not have manager.
Yeah.
who do
So
not
for
have
example, if you take the example, the above employee table, it will generate the below output.
Shakti, have the manager. Okay. Okay, we need to give the manager name as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what we can do here, we can do a self join itself with the employee table itself, and we have to give the condition like the manager ID should be equal to the employee ID. So it will give you all the employee name which is having the manager, who is having the manager.
Okay. Yeah. Can you please write that query?
Yep. Select employee name. Let me copy it. Give it E1 dot manager name. Okay, now okay. Employee name. We have to P1 employee ID equal to P2 dot manager ID. So what exactly it will happen? For first it will do the join, and it will employee ID. If employee ID of 2 will be equal to the employee ID of this, that means the Shakti will be manager of Raja and Ahmed. So Raja and Ahmed.
Okay. Okay, got it. In this scenario, do you need to filter out any employee who does not have any manager?
I don't think so. We need to filter out, because if he do not have any manager, then the join case itself will not apply, because we are giving the join case like this only. So I don't think so. We need to give any filter for this.
Okay. So is E1 employee ID and E2 manager ID is correct? Can you just analyze if it will be reversed or if it is correct?
Just give me a minute, please. E1 dot employee ID. Okay, E1. Just suppose it's for E1 dot employee ID. E1 dot employee ID 2. If it is equal to then E1 should be sorry. This is correct.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, I think this will generate the required table. Okay. So I am posting another question. You can try to answer that as well.
Have you mailed it?
Yeah, I just mailed it. Yeah, it's visible. You can read the question.
Table customer, we have customer ID, and inside we have a product key. There is no primary key for this table. Okay, it may contain the duplicates. Product key is the foreign key to the product table. Okay, product key is the primary key for this table. Okay, write in SQL query to report the customer ID from the customer table that got all the products in the product table. Return the result table in the any format. Okay, just we need to give all the customer ID who is purchasing all the products from this table. Correct? This
Yeah.
is the
Yeah. Yes, that's the requirement. Yeah.
Okay, 1 and 3. Okay. So basically, what we can do here, we can do a inner join with this table with the product 1, and just we need to do a group by on this customer ID, and also we have to tell the this some in having we have to use the having clause, which we will where we can say that the count of this customer product key should be equal to the count of the this product key. This will, like, for example, if we come to this example, so here we can see at the customer ID, we are seeing the customer ID is having the product key 5 and 6. So if we will do the count of this customer ID, then it will be 2. And since the product key is having 2 products, then it will give you the result 5, and like the counts will get matched from both the customer and product key, then it will give you a result. And if we come to the customer ID 2, so in that case the product the count is only 1, so we will not going to receive in that case the condition will not satisfy, then it will not give you result. So, and if we come to the customer ID 3, in that case we have the 5 and 6 in this customer table, and here we have a count 2, and if we come to the product table, here we have a count 2. So both will the condition will get satisfied, and it will give you a desired result 1 and 3 as a output.
Okay. Yeah. Please write the query.
Select. Okay. Let's give a alias C dot.
Can we do inner join with 2 different tables?
I didn't get you. Can you please come again?
No. Go ahead, please. Complete your query.
C dot. To product ID, and we need to do by C dot customer ID. Okay, and we need to do having count of the string to equal to select only string product key in the string should now be the string. Product. Yeah, I think this will give you the desired result.
Okay. Can you explain me the query with the example?
Yep, Sure. See, here what we are doing the inner join with the product table on the basis of the product key and C dot product key and P dot product key. Okay. So what will happen here? It will join with 5 and it will compare this product customer ID and it will compare with this. Both will be get equal. Then it will another column will generate. Here the 5 will come. Again, if we will be going to do with 2, then 6 will come here. Similarly, the same table will generate here, the same column. We can say. Now we are doing the group by. Now what will happen? At last we are doing the group by, and then we are doing the count on the customer ID. So it will group by whatever the customer first. For example, if first it started grouping with the customer ID 1. So it will group the customer ID 1 and it will count the customer, how many customer ID it is having with the count with the 1. So it will count, the value will be 2. Then it will compare with this, we are using the select count distinct product key from the product table. So it will match the count, hence the counts will get matched. Then it will gives you the customer ID 1 will gives the output. Similarly, with the 3 as well, it will it will do the same process. Whatever the first for the customer ID 1 happened, similar with the third as well. So and since the second condition will not satisfy, so it will not give you the result. It will not come into the output.
Okay, so in this scenario, is the inner join needed or it can be done without the inner join? Because in the after doing the inner join, you are getting the same table, right?
Yeah, we are doing the inner join just to we have the we can do with the right. Ideally we can go with the right join. Why I'm saying right join? Why I'm saying right join? Because there may be the case like 5, 6, and we have a different, the cases whatever the here product key is not matched with the here. So in that case, we can go with the right join. But the question is, as it fulfills with the inner join, so we can go with the inner join here. To satisfy the need. And why I'm using the inner join? Just to make sure that whatever the product key is available here also is available. So that's why I'm using the inner join to make the table means the key should get matched, making it equal. So that's why I'm using the inner join with the product table.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I'm done with my question. Do you have any question for me?
No, Shakti, as of now, no question.
Okay. Thank you, Shweta. It was great talking to you. I will let you know the outcome of the interview. Thanks.
Sure. Thank you so much, Shakti, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.